Welcome to Southaven Business Beat. Business and community leaders talk with us to provide invaluable resources to aid the business community.
Southaven Business Beat is sponsored by Pure Focus Media.
At Pure Focus Media, we believe every business has a story worth telling, and creativity, it shouldn't break the bank. What started with real estate photography grew into a mission to help businesses of all sizes stand out with compelling, affordable video content. From brand stories and testimonials to social media reels and promotional videos, we guide you every step of the way. We also offer professional drone services capturing stunning aerial visuals for real estate, construction, and event coverage. And now we bring that same creative energy to your events with our PFM digital photo booth. It's the perfect add-on for weddings, corporate events, or community celebrations, designed to spark interaction and send your guests home with unforgettable memories. So whether you're growing your brand, showcasing your property, or hosting something big, Pure Focus Media is here to help you shine. Visit purefocus.media to get started today.
And now here's your host, Aaron Kozort.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Southaven Business Beat. I'm Aaron Kozort, and today we have joining us Simply Southern Catering. We've got Aquila Phillips, and you are the owner of Simply Southern Catering, and we also have Kendrick Robertson, the executive chef. Aquila, tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me what Simply Southern Catering is.
Simply Southern Catering is, well, as you said, my name is Aquila. I'm the owner. I acquired this business about 7 or 8 years ago, and we've been able to grow it significantly since purchasing. I know we started off catering for like dealerships with a $4 per person budget, those struggle times, and we are firmly out of that now. Our clientele has, we've catered intimate weddings and even celebrities quite often. Mm-hmm. So we now serve a large scale, not just car dealerships with $4 budgets. Sure. Even though we can, but that's just not what we typically do.
Right.
But Simply Southern Catering, we specialize in fine dining. We are inspired by Southern cuisine. However, we take a Southern dish and we elevate it. So it's approachable, it's identifiable, but it's going to be an elevated presentation and taste.
Okay. So Kendrick, tell me a little bit about yourself and how did you come to Simply Southern Catering?
Yeah, so I have been a resident here in Memphis all my life. I came up going to different restaurants around Memphis. I've worked at Southern Social and Coastal and Flight and the Pyramid, all kinds of places to try to get my education. I started to go to school at LaCole, but the first week I was there, it kind of shut down on me. So got all the debt, but none of the paperwork. But I was working I was the executive chef at Curfew downtown. And when I was leaving there, I was just out looking for a different job. I had my first bit of experience at the University of Memphis. I was the executive catering chef there. And batch cooking and kind of doing things on a larger scale really appealed to me. So when I found out that they were hiring, they were shift catering at the time. And through me coming in and taking over as the executive chef, we rebranded ourselves to become what we are now, which is the elevated version of Southern cooking, which is kind of what I grew up doing. And it's been a big journey coming from where we were at to where we are now, and it's been a great time doing it.
Talk to me a little bit about the mission behind Simply Southern Catering.
So our mission is making fine dining attainable. There was a void in this area of fine dining catering companies. So the one fine dining catering company that I can actually think of is fairly elite. They kind of price themselves elitely, if that's a word, elitely. They price themselves in that way. So the 1% can afford them. Right. However, we want to appeal to the 99, where everyone we can budget fine dining experiences for anyone.
That's great. As you think about that, you're starting to already describe what sets you apart. give me some examples of kind of your perfect scenario. So the clients that really just are perfectly in line with what you're wanting to achieve.
So the people that we most appeal to are just the general person. Like, there are people who have been exposed to, Michelin star level cooking their entire lives. We appeal to them too, but we want the people who are used to eating just, fried chicken and being able to present that to them a different way, being able to take the people who are used to just kind of the grandma cooking, what I grew up with when I was in Lexington when I was younger, big breakfast biscuits, gravies, collard greens and things to that degree. Those who grew up eating country and show that even when you come out the mud, you can still be just elevated and polished. So we appeal to, that's why I like to think that we kind of appeal to everybody, because if you love the fancy settings, we set up fancy. If you're used to that good, comfortable soul food, that's what we provide as well.
It's one of those things where, you're bridging scenarios, you're bridging relationships, and you're bridging opportunities for people to experience something outside of the norm, but at the same time being able to offer something that is eloquent.
100%. And we do every year we've been working with Contemporary Arts Memphis, and our big goal for them is to kind of educate the kids into a level of fine dining. Because when you start to sell your artwork and they get all this business sense, they get to a level where they're going to get in these scenarios, and we don't want them foreign to that feeling. And we present them these opportunities to eat fine dining and live fine dining, and still we offer the food to them that they know they're comfortable with. So
absolutely,
we offer the etiquette as well, formal place settings, the placement on the plate to show you that, to communicate if you're done. It's just a pause. I want more. There's a code with the fork and knife when it goes on the plate. So we teach them all of that as well.
So it's really an educational experience, and being able to learn something that you wouldn't learn every day, and unfortunately in a lot of places isn't being taught at all to young people. So that's a wonderful thing. What would the experience be like for someone who's hiring you all to be able to cater their event?
From start to finish, they're going to speak to one of our catering liaisons, and they are going to work together with the catering liaison to build a custom menu for them. And what that means is we're going to ask you probing questions. What's the vibe of your event? If it's a wedding, what are you expecting your guests to wear? Super formal, cowboy boots and jeans. If it's super formal, we're going to stay away from red sauces. Or if it's cowboy boots and jeans, and it kind of opens up the menu. We want to make sure that the menu complements the vibe of the event. So once that is done, it's passed on to the logistics part. Payments are made and everything. However, we work on timelines, and we work on decor, and we work on placement of food, and just those logistics. From there, we confirm about 3 weeks before the wedding the final details, the final wedding or event, the final guest count, just the final timelines of the event. It's really simple, and then they don't have to contact us again. Right. We show up, we set up, we execute, we clean up, and that's it.
Turning what can be a very complicated thing of managing an event into something quite easy and elegant.
We aim to streamline.
Yes.
I feel when people get into most other companies, they get packages. But we customize everything to the degree where we've done, foreign weddings with Ethiopian and Korean inspired cuisine as a fusion. So things we create for people. So they're not stuck into just picking what's even on our menu. We really want to customize everything that they can have so that their experience is one of a kind.
We cater, right? We
cater to the occasion. We're going to take just a moment and thank our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. If you're watching this today, we hope you will check out the sponsors that help make Southaven Business Beat possible. We're thrilled to have these partnerships in our community and with businesses that help drive commerce in our community. So check out our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Every brand has a story. Let us help you tell yours. At Pure Focus Media, we specialize in professional video production, photography, and drone footage that elevates your message and captures attention. From real estate to events, we deliver content that connects. Visit www.purefocus.media to schedule your next shoot. Pure Focus Media, where your vision comes into focus.
Staying ahead in a world driven by technology is key. At Wisdom Integrators, we simplify tech solutions for your business. We specialize in customizing audio, video, and IT services tailored to your needs. At Wisdom Integrators, we don't just solve problems, we create opportunities. Wisdom Integrators, connecting your world, solving your problems. Now back to Southaven Business Beat and host Aaron Kozort.
Welcome back to Southaven Business Beat. As we continue our conversation with Simply Southern Catering, you all have done some interesting things along the way. And one of the things that I think worth highlighting is an experience you had with the Bartlett Fire Department as they had a graduating class and you catered the event. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so they first reached out to us kind of on a whim. And when it comes to some, especially for firefighters, policemen, things of that degree, we really want to make sure it's treated with the utmost care and respect. So they showed us their idea and their theme to kind of decorate their tables with like some of their fire props and things to that degree. We did a big charcuterie display with fresh fruits and Italian meats and cheeses and made all that display really nice. And we wanted to add something to their event. So we took the time to use like a vinyl cutter and we made a display for them. It was the Firefighter's prayer. And we painted a big board, stained the outside so it was like black in this nice dark walnut color. Pasted the prayer onto there and used that as like a main portion of their display. And I remember when we spoke to them, their appreciation and their thankfulness for just the amount of care that went into not only the food, but also the setup. Because when we do our setups, our goal isn't to like take attention away from the rest of the event, but we want to definitely complement what we're doing so that people feel that we are in unison with what's happening. We definitely stand out. We have a lot of display opportunities that we try to go above and beyond for. But I know that the gratefulness that came from the level of care and love and appreciation that we have for those people came out in the display and the food as well.
And one of the things that I've heard, just as we've talked off camera and in the situation, you all look for ways to bring the personality and the person and the goals of an event forward and highlight that in the food and the presentation. And it is important, and we realize, especially in our culture, it's important to feed people. But it also matters how they experience that. And, as you think about other events and other stories, what are some of the other times where the personalization really was able to dramatically shift the experience?
I've actually got two, and one I just remembered. It was actually for Aquila's birthday. So when I started working for Aquila, I had experienced a lot of, like before this job, I'd experienced a lot of very negative interactions with my bosses. And so there were a couple times where she would try to coach me or teach me and I'd get defensive and angry. But she would always be patient and be like, you just stop, take a minute. We'll talk about this in a minute. So her birthday came around, which is on Valentine's Day. I might be doxing, I apologize. But she asked me to just do something for her. And it took me a while to think about kind of what she meant to me and how she had shaped me. So the dinner that I designed for her was 5 courses, and it was her through the years. So I did a seasonally based menu based on how I felt and the things that we had been through in our business together. And it's been about, I think, 2 years now, and I can't remember the menu, unfortunately. But having that feeling of representing where we were in the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter, and then just an overall encompassing dessert about who she is with the rich flavors. Remember, there was a lot of chocolate and fruit because she doesn't like sweets very much, so it was very lemon blueberry based dessert that I can recall right now. But it was just a representation of her and my feelings and appreciation towards her. And that fell into another category. We did an anniversary dinner. And the two people, they were actually, I think, our first big wedding. Isn't right?
I would say
I think they were our first 400 person wedding, like our first real big event. And they had become really close to us. They talked to us a lot. I really love those two people, and you know who you are. But getting to know them over the years as well, and even that's like a big part of what our front of house does is take the time to understand like who our clients are and what they're looking for, because it's just as important for them to be able to look at what's on our menu and pick something from it as it is for us to be able to match their feelings. So getting to know them, and it was their anniversary, so I took the time to find out when they first got together, like when did they first meet, which was in the springtime. So I kept their appetizer based on a place that they had actually met and the time of the year that it was in. And then same with their dinner, I discovered when they got married or when they first proposed to each other, which was sometime in October. And so I based their entire entree off of what their two personalities are and the time of year that they met. And then same with their dessert, I took the time to, think about who these people were to me and how they feel in my heart and how they react to each other, and base the dessert off of their personalities. And I think that was like peaches and cream and dark chocolate, if I can remember correctly. But that's like the best part of food, is not just eating it, but inspiring a feeling of what you used to feel, what you currently feel, what you will feel. Having a bad day can change with a spoonful of good food. So
absolutely. One of the things that people can do if they want to learn more about Simply Southern Catering is they can find you all on social media. They can go to your website. But how else can they reach out to you if this has inspired somebody to say, hey, this sounds like the perfect company for catering our event?
Beyond our website and social media, you can call, text, or email. You can text. This new generation. Our phone number is 901-440-0089. Again, you can text that number. You can call that number. The email address, I guess, will be on the screen.
So how, because this is always a question we like to ask, is how has the Chamber of Commerce here in Southaven impacted your business?
I know we have grown a lot, and I recently got a kitchen, but it's just a kitchen. And our clientele, we don't want to expose our clientele to this loud, busy, bustling kitchen if they want to do menu tastings.
Right.
The Chamber graciously offers us a place to host these high-end menu tastings. Group menu tastings. It's beautiful, it's comfortable, they're accommodating, they don't try to kick us out if we stay a little bit too long. Because of that, I know we've been able to we've won a national award for best in weddings, and that includes the best food and the best presentations, and we couldn't have done that without the Chamber.
As you think about the business, as you think about where you all are headed, what are some of your goals for this year and for the future?
My next step, my strategic plan for the business is to offer full event services. So although we're just a catering company, we do everything. When someone is planning a wedding, the first places they contact is the venue and the catering company. So a lot of times they have no direction when they come to us.
Right.
We help plan their wedding.
Yes.
We're the catering company. So what I want to do, and what I'm on track to do, is purchasing a venue where we can actually host events, and we can cater and house. We already have amazing decorators. We have event planners already. We have project managers. We have everything
already
as a catering company. So that's where we are next. It is
exciting. So we are so glad that you all were able to stop in and join us for this episode of Southaven Business Beat. And we're so glad that you, our listeners and our viewers, have been able to enjoy another episode of Southaven Business Beat. We hope you will subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope you'll subscribe to the podcast, share it, and let people know about just one more great company that exists and is doing business in the top of Mississippi. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Southaven Business Beat. We would like to thank the following sponsor. Make your next event unforgettable with the Follow app. Connect instantly, stay organized, and never miss an opportunity. Ditch the business cards. Go digital with the Follow app. Network effectively, exchange contacts seamlessly, and grow your business. The Follow app, transforming the way professionals connect at events. Would you like to be a sponsor of Southaven Business Beat? Please email us, info@southavenchamber.com. Be sure to share and subscribe for more business resources. Thanks for watching.